I like that better. Let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la, we they go. Ooh la la, we she like, ooh la la, we they go. Ooh la la, we okay. Ooh la la, okay. Ooh la la. She like, ooh la la, they go. Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then you know the question. Where the hell you been? Over here on my side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews, popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. I got mine in today's Saturday. I got it in. If you can rock with that, then before you exit and diddy to the left, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. And if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We ain't in the game now. Oh, we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because, like, it was all good just a week ago. Little tumultuous week, you know what I mean? A lot of shit going on, a lot of shit spinning in the air, you know what I mean? Got to self-calibrate, got to recalibrate and see what it's hitting for. And a couple of close people to me as well seem like they going through a lot of stuff. So it's a lot of stress, and the devil was a lie, the devil was at work. So we just been, dealing with that like anybody else. We just ordinary people. Shout out to my nigga AJ though. I seen him today shooting around 250. Like, yo, what's up? The channel. I said, nah, I got you tonight. Shout out to my nigga AJ. You know what I mean? But we in the end game also, not only because it's me personally and what's been going on, but how about the hurricane or the storm? You know what I mean? Ian going to Florida, tearing that shit up. And we sending prayers and we sending blessings and positive energy and anything else that we can send to the people in Florida. I got family, loved ones in Florida, people that's out there. They are okay. All praises due. A lot of people lost, everything that they had, from their house to their boats to everything. And that is the caveat when you live in these, beach water properties and these nice places that's right by the water. And make no mistake about it, the whole earth, like a circle, is surrounded by water. Some places more than others. So when you have like a big crazy storm or something like that happen, you are liable to get hit. So we're gonna see how long it take for them to get back up and running. Obviously, people been predicting. Have you seen some of the the pictures and imagery coming out of there, the videos? Shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's one whole section is torn off from the other one. And I'm bringing that up to see how long, it's going to take for them to get it back together. Because you still got Puerto Rico. Like a Puerto Rico, oh, black people, oh. They still dealing with, the shit on the storm. These crazy names that they making for the storms. And I think what comedian was making fun of the names and like how they come up with the names and why they come up with the names of some of these crazy, storms and hurricanes that touch down and tear up shit. But anyway, they still dealing with the aftermath of Maria or whatever flew through their town, and it's bad over there. You know what I mean? And I also want to bring me to New York. I'm from New York. You know what I mean? We open arms to everybody that want to come in, and that's the immigrants. And I think it's who Who's in the song? Round the world, da, da, da. They coming to America. Like as a kid, didn't really know what he was saying. The immigrants and the people that come and on Ellis Island and shit, and that's where people come to, look at the scrolls and find their relatives and trace their lineage. You know what I mean? And the food is wow expensive over there. You gonna go get $100 hamburger like out in Vegas. And I'm playing, but I'm not. Definitely food. But when I was working on the Ellis Island, 2005, so maybe like $20, $18 for a burger, some fries, and a soda. But you've seen so many people come through there, and now we see them come through here, and they've been coming through here. But the thing is, because it's all political now, and I'm not an aficionado on what should be done. I look at the people that do want to be in control anyway, with the side eyes, like, because who the fucks want that job? But anyway, here Mayor Adams, they building a tent. They for the people that's coming. The Texas governor just brought them through, like shoot them a street shuttle, dropped them off at Kamala Harris' house and all that VP. Just dropped them off at her house, and that shit was wow. You know what I mean? And that just popped up, speaking about it. So they here, they come in the Port Authority, they come in the Penn Station, they just dropping the buses off. And the buses, make no mistake about it, is coming in droves. And they're going to keep coming. You know what I mean? Because people is always seeking refuge and chasing, what they think is the American dream. And speaking to immigrants and people that come over here, the backbone, we just warming up. Sorry we're a little late, but it's better late than never. You know what I mean? They got the taxis, they just got the relief, and they got the coalition, they fighting for their rights and fight the power. And I get it. You should fight for whatever you feel you need, you deserve. You know what I mean? Put it that way. For whatever you feel you deserve and you think you're supposed to have, you're supposed to fight for it. Absolutely. So I'm not going to never knock nobody, especially if you organize. Like Huey P. Newton said, let's get organized. Like, you know what I mean? So when the pig, you know what I mean, get the rolling up on you. Mm-hmm. So they got their coalition, and they got the relief that they need. A lot of those old medallions and shit is for 1.5 million. Like, you know what I mean? The purple tape, and then they got to work it off. They never end up working it off. We had some people that committed the S word, and what I mean? It's just it's a crazy thing. But a lot of them are immigrants. A lot of them are African. A lot of them, you know what I mean? Different. You know what I mean? Not black and brown, not white, and over here. So I'm bringing this all together to say on the news. What's this dude's name? I watch this show, good podcast from time to time. Errol Lewis from News One. Errol Lewis. And he was talking with the lady about, some of the people gripes about the tent that they put in I believe it's in Orchard Beach. Then they're gonna be putting another one somewhere else, and it's only temporary. But pretty much he was posing a question to say that the people that's born and raised here, like, welcome to New York City, like, you born and raised here, whether you claim here or not, like you Afro-American, you African, you know what I mean? Whatever you claim in here. But the people that's born here, the homeless, the mental health, the stuff that's going on here, you fly in on a bus, you know what I mean? And you get more or better services than somebody that's right here. And I say, damn, this is the question he posed to I think what's her name, Malia something. I mean, a Spanish lady, a Latina lady, and she was like, we got to be careful. We can't, we don't want to put the immigrants versus the homeless and the people. It's all a problem. And I don't have the answers. Like, I'm a dreamer. I wish I could say smash the magic wand, put them over here, fix their country. And then you hear, Biden, they want to send another 100 million or 14 billion or whatever it is to Ukraine. And you say, damn, like we send all this money to everybody else. And I think of Ice Cube, Boys in the Hood, at the end when he was talking to Trey. And he was like, either they don't know or they just don't care about the boys in the hood. And I want to tie that together to say, just to hear him say out loud and post the question to her to say, well, as soon as they get off the bus, they're going to have medical, they're going to get food, they're going to get, how they're going to get everything that they need just fresh coming in. And it's harder for the people that's already here. So you say, damn, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's just some of the stuff I think about. I hope I'm never homeless. I hope I'm never, you know what I mean, mentally crazy or running the streets like this dude here. So now another wild, crazy story. See if I can find it real quick. Let me see. This shit here, beating lady up. Horrible. This dude looked like he was going to intervene, and he broke out, and he started smacking her hard again. He kicked the just did her dirty. Like really did her dirty. Did her filthy. Like really did her filthy. She lived, and I think you know, fortunately, hopefully, it's no, you know, no long term damage. But this is a mental health individual, and he's a criminal as well. Can criminal and mental health go hand in hand? Yes, it can. Obviously, you could be not in your right mind. A lot of times, you know, when you kill your grandmother, like allegedly maybe kind of sort of he's supposed to have done, and he was on parole. So when it's, you know, politics as usual, I think it's like a law in place or whatever that although he was on parole or whatever, he ended up getting out because Holcomb, the governor. So her you know, her adversaries is pointing that out, that this woman was, you know, pummeleth, you know what I mean? I mean, he beat the shit out of her with no regards. If you can kill your grandmother, then a stranger to be nothing. But I'm bringing this up because you know, on this channel, I often quote The Walking Dead, or I reference The Walking Dead because it's a very, very riveting show. And not Hassan, my son, you know, obviously he you know, he's an activist. He's in that realm now of being power to the people figure, if you will, and I salute that. I think more public figures should do that, and a lot of them in Hollywood do you know, they activists or they lean towards the left or the right, or you know what I mean, liberals. They got a couple dollars or a lot of dollars, not a couple dollars. They got a lot of dollars. So, you know, they want to enact, and, you know, they have voices. Let every voice in sync. But he, you know, was talking about the incident with the, you know, unfortunately with the lady being beaten. And he was like, you know, it's the coward culture, and, you know, his punishment should be, and that's the only reason why I'm calling. I'm going to tie it into The Walking Dead. It's not the pile on him. He said he should be handcuffed, and then like 5 dudes should just, you know, have their way with him. And I'm like, all right. I get it, you know what I mean? It's like some police shit, though. And that's the first thing I thought of. Like, you know, when you locked up, that's what they do. They wait till you in cuffs, till you can't have, you know, free will to fight and defend yourself. You know what I mean? Then they get their licks, and not all of them, but most of them. That's some coward shit. Why not just 5 niggas beat them up, or one trained individual beat them up? And that's just the side. I'm pointing that out to say on The Walking Dead, got various communities. People trying to fucking survive. There's zombies everywhere. There's food nowhere. Like, this shit is crazy, crazy. Shit crazy. And if you watch the series, you know. It's kids and shit. It's a fucking shit show, and it's savagery. Some people are savage. Even in the midst of all this apocalypse that's going on, some people are still who they are. They may have to do some things like Rick. Obviously, he's one of the main characters first couple of seasons. But I'm pointing that out to say, you know, people always be like, if I rule the world, this is what I would do. And when they emotional or they feel some type of way, or they feel some type of way about you, you might not get a fair shake. You know what I mean? That's why it's supposed to be justice is blind and we go and judge by the law. But we know, you know, in the back office, that's not always the case. People have hidden agendas. People know people in high places. People pay people off. So you don't always get the fair shake. But just to hear even somebody like him, who been locked up, falsely accused, I might add, according to him. You know what I mean? You say, damn, all right, he did the woman dirty, so you and your feelings. I was not gonna say I was shocked and amazed when you put the beat on, because I wasn't. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. And me personally, if you fuck with the channel, you know, I don't even really like watching squeamish shit anyway. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see people fall to their death for certain things. You know what I mean? It's just you can't get it out of your head. So it was squeamish, the blows and the blows. I ain't say give him the electric chair. And aside from not being in the right state of mind, now when you take that into consideration, and people ain't just putting peanut butter in their ass and then smearing it on them like in I was about to say Call of Duty, Training Day with Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? And he was like, well, he found a loophole, a way to beat the system. You can't knock him for that. And some people do, certain things to play the role to get you to believe that they're what they're presenting to you. But it's just a front. They just acting. These niggas is just actors and they're acting. And then you have some that's really eating they shit. Or they doing not normal shit. Killing your grandmother is not normal. I mean, like, killing your kids that's not normal. There's something wrong with you. So if that's the case, you say, damn, all right, they break the law, attack a woman like her, you lock them up. What's the punishment? How long should be the punishment? What kind of help? Who's to say when they're reformed or mentally back in the right state of mind? So you let him go. You can't keep him forever. And I mean, let's just say he just had this incident. He didn't kill nobody yet. Do 10 years or get therapy or some type of mental, psych, motherfucking, I can't get the word out right now, but just some mental diagnosis and say, all right, now you're cured and you're normal now. Now you can go. Then 3 years later you relapse and then you kill somebody. You can blame the people that's making the laws, but it's a lot of people that's not in their right state of mind. And you've been seeing that more and more, or at least I guess I'm gonna say I've been seeing it, taking notice to it, because I'm outside. You see people downtown, see people by the train. Obviously, people are on drugs too. And this is how I want to talk about this, because it's like, all right, 5 people whipping his ass with some handcuffs, and all right, I get it. And what would you do if you was in charge? Like, you know what I mean? Everybody gonna rule the world their own way. What's right? What's wrong? What's excessive? What's not excessive? Is the electric chair excessive? Is death by a needle excessive? Is firing squad? All little torches and shit. Like Mike Tyson was saying, anything you could think of that a person can do to another person, it's been done. A human being has done it to another human being. That's what Mike Tyson was saying. I want to speak about the drug part, right? Say he was on like fucking Nino Brown and New Jack City. He was like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just was on some, what it was called, Red Devil or whatever, it was some dust. You know what I mean? And we just got so fucking zooted. And like the first lady I just seen, I just walked up on her, you know what I mean? And he killed her. All right? And there's still no excuses. I'm only bringing it up in a sense so you can think about it. It's, all right, I mean, to get different perspective on it. All right, cool. Now, I brought that up to say, you on drugs, like this man could have been on drugs. We know plenty of people that trip out or they do some shit, and then after they come down, like that's why you're not supposed to drink and drive, because it's going to impede your way of thinking. But I want to bring it to this. I want to bring it to family and drugs. A lot of our families on drugs. A lot of our parents, went through the drug era. Whether it was crack, cocaine, you know what I mean, whatever it was. If you had not the best parents, right? And I was speaking with my moms about this yesterday. Was it? Yeah, yesterday or Thursday, because it's Saturday night now. I love you, mommy. And we was talking about it. And you say, like, if parent is not the best of parents and drugs had a hold on them, like, you really got a hold on, something got a hold on you, and you made bad, horrible, fucked up choices. Leaving your kids with people you wasn't supposed to, you know what I mean? Leaving the door unlocked, like just doing the most. Doing what people do that's on that treadmill and that cycle, unfortunately, of having that demon rhyme of what's drug addiction. And I know this from firsthand, sitting in motherfucking KSAC, ASAC, all these drug programs, not from being a user, selling drugs or whatever, and just being in these type of environments, happening to go sit at meetings, and then people I know and people in my family. Right. If they was bad parents, you made it through the storm. You're an adult now. You may have had some traumas. And what person hasn't really been touched by trauma, honestly? Ain't nobody gonna walk through this life unscathed. That's why you have to have some spiritual, barriers, force fields, some armor. That's the word I'm looking for. Armor. Some spiritual armor. Because we know this shit could get deeper than rap, and that Rick Ross reference. You make it through the storm, you sane, you ain't crazy, you ain't on drugs or no mental stuff. Your parents is older now, you know what I mean? Or your parent, something happens to them, they get elder. Are you a scumbag and like the scum of the earth for not being there in their time of need, and you holding against them stuff that they did to you as a child or some of their behaviors, like Tupac said, and even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. And maybe that's how he felt. And obviously in that song, Dear Mama, you like, we was fucked up. And she was on drugs. A lot of people, experienced that childhood in one form or another. Now you grown now. Again, you may have had some traumas. You may got kids now. They ain't on drugs no more. Do you hold that against them? And are you a scumbag if you are holding it against them and you're not there for them and they're older age and they need your help now? My stance is this. I ain't got the most perfect parents either. I'm appreciative for who I had and I love them. Everybody that played that role. Because I don't know my biological. I think you should be there for them. I think it's, I won't say hold it against them. I'll say you cannot forget it. You know what I mean? But holding on to the past, now that they're older and you're older, it's not really you're not gonna get anything out of holding on to it. Now you can just speak about it and have that uncomfortable conversation and say, when you was, strung out and you was using, it affected me in this way. I'm grown now, and we never had this conversation because you was always drugged out. But now that we got some type of remnants of a relationship. When you left me with Johnny, or when you did this, or when lights was out, I used to go to school, or whatever it was. Have the conversation, and then hopefully you can get past it. I think if you're not there in a time of need, it's a saying whether you believe it or not. And that's the closest thing you're going to get to the heavens is your mom's. I don't know why it's not the, Well, obviously your mom's birthday, so maybe that's what I was going to say. Maybe why it's not the pops. Ain't nobody going to love you like your mom's, though. You know what I mean? Not even no woman. Your mother birthed you, she carries you, you know what I mean? And you her child. So with that being said, even if they wasn't the best, I think you should be there. I think you should let it go. You should TKO it and Teddy Pendergrasses and let it go, and be there for their time of need. That's just my take. Let's get to some other shit though. This news came out. Unfortunately, obviously when I was in Vegas, this news came out about P&B Rock. Obviously getting killed, and at that time the details were sketchy. Obviously in the Roscoe joint or whatever out there in LA, like LA, big city in dreams, but everything in LA ain't always what it seems. You might get fooled if you come from out of town. And they robbed them, they murked them. And I did my commentary, but you black, rest in peace to the brother. Come to find out, I think he was Muslim. The brother was telling me they did the janazah for him, and out there in Philly, obviously, I'm not surprised. It's a lot of Muslims out there in Philly. But I seen this video of him. I don't know when it was, how long ago, but I'm gonna say this, and then I'll play this, and then I'll get right back. Let me make sure this is up enough.
Correct. Nigga trying to rob me a couple times. That niggas getting blicked on, bro. Niggas is getting blicked on. Niggas trying to take my little brother chain. Got smoke right on the spot. I'm getting back. Who you done ran down on, robbed? None of that shit, bro. It never happened to me. It's never gonna happen. I haven't been robbed. I haven't been ran down on. Cause niggas know. Look, come correct. Nigga trying to rob me a couple times. That niggas getting blicked on, bro. Niggas is getting blicked on. Niggas trying to take my little brother chain. Got smoke right on the spot. I'm getting back.
So you heard him.
Nigga trying to rob me a couple times.
Niggas try to rob me, they getting blicked on. Bah! You know what I mean? And you have the Biggie, rest in peace, you know what I mean? Baby. You know what I mean? Best down the house, live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one. You're like, I forgot I had my Roscoe on me. Always got my Roscoe. You hear rappers make these, these claims, and I don't know if he gangster. He's not gangster now. I'm not even being funny when I say that. Condolences to him. Rest in peace. May Allah have mercy. May Allah have mercy on all of us. We're gonna need a lot of us. And positive, condolences to his family. But to hear something like that, right? Like I seen this shit maybe like 4 days ago. So that's why I said that. I said, damn. I said, he was talking crazy, shit crazy. And then it's like, niggas don't rob me, they know I'm down to die for my chain. G-Unit. We get it popping in the hood like, niggas don't rob me, they know I'm down to die for my chain. And that's why I never wore jewelry. I took a few pieces, but I never wore jewelry. Just for that reason. It's like, you inviting. Like, yeah, and then, I guess the people that wear it is like, yeah, to show the lioness and they can't have it. But the thing is, your jewelry should be insured. You in one of the worst places in LA. Like, you're in one of the worst places you could be. 45 minutes. And now the reason why I'm bringing this up, I wanted to speak on that. It's unfortunate. Because if he was Muslim, that don't mean he was doing everything right. Excuse me. That don't mean he was doing everything right. But still, you should be cognizant of, you never really speak to the future without saying, inshallah. If Allah wills, because you can not wake up to tomorrow. Anything can happen, and then to say it with the brashness, like crazy. I keep the niggas already got killed. Like blick niggas. It's just like, I'm going, I don't care who you are, it's never gonna happen. Nah, bro. All of, anybody that's gangster or that's considered thorough, if you will, know it can happen. Like you on point, hoping it don't happen. And especially if you living by that life, then most likely it is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Like, So to have that type of energy, to speak those words out in the open like that, then let that fly. That's why I said I wonder when this video was and how long ago was it, because it's like the instant karma for the dude. Actually, I don't even know his name. The dude who was on his live, like, y'all niggas know where I'm at. I'm on my way home right now. Pull up. Pull up. And 5 minutes. 5 fucking minutes. Dead. Instant karma. Get you, like, get over here. Well, who you think you talking to? Who you think you put in the ear? Get over here. Same thing, like, with the storm. They're like, it's going to go to Tampa and let's get ready, so you want to evacuate people. But you never know what the Most High going to do. Mother Nature, whatever word or noun, pronoun, whatever you want to put that under. It's a woman, They say it's going one way, but then they got plans and it goes another way. Come to your hometown. And we just got to watch what we say. You make it out the hood, you do all the hard work like the athletes. They make it, they put all the hard work in from fucking, the juniors to the pros. Just to fuck it up and do some shit, get drunk, crash, or kill somebody accidentally, or go in the club, shoot yourself. Like, you have to throw it away and fuck up the time you got for your prime, if you're an athlete, or you're an actor or something like that, and you end up doing something, you got to go away for 10 years. What's the dude, I think he was older, the dude from Bronx Tale, the Colosio dude, later on with the robbery or whatever, accidentally killed somebody, something like that, went to jail for it, crazy, right? And so it's like, you just want to watch what you say. Like Lil Wayne said, I walk light so I don't piss the ground off. My girls do it to suck the brown off. Like, you walk light so you don't piss the ground off. And that line is like, yeah, I'm happy to be here. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't the Most High. So to say stuff and just throw it out there like that, I think it's just like, fuck, bro. Let's talk about some other stuff though, because rest in peace to him, but also rest in peace to Coolio. Coolio just passed maybe like 2 days ago. Unfortunately, 59 years old, almost at that 60 mark, and it's like, he remembered now, and I hope they remember you for the Gangster Paradise, the movies, the reality little shows and stuff he did. They say he passed that, if I'm not mistaken, let me just be accurate. Said he passed at a friend's house, looking with the side eye. Obviously, we know he got a history of of drug use. Speaking of drugs, but obviously his story is he tried to sign up for the fire department to that was his way of getting off drugs. You know what I mean? Out of all ways, some people quit cold turkey. If you're a cigarette smoker, you might eat candy, or some shit like that. But he said him was trying to join the fire department. They had to run every day, carry shit, do shit, and that was his way of helping them. But let me look it up real quick. Coolio right here. News. Two days ago. I just want to see where they said he was at. And let me see, just to be accurate. West Coast Gangsta Paradise made him hip hop star in the '90s. Died on Wednesday, so either Saturday or Wednesday. At 59. See, show full article. Longtime manager Jarvis Posey said he was told that Coolio died at a friend's house. No cause was given yet. Coolio, whose legal name was artist Leon Ivy Jr., achieved mainstream stardom and critical success with Gangsta Paradise, a Grand Mirror key track that featured the singer LiVe and Drew and Stevie Wonder's 1976 song Pastime Paradise. That's what it is. Right? What else? It also won Best Grammy and Perform. I think also he got the record, if I'm not mistaken, for 14 billion streams or some shit like that I was reading. Let me see if I can find it. Coolio's other hit, Fantastic Voyage, the opening song of his debut album, It Takes a Thief. No, that's not what I was looking for. I think he got like the record or something like that for streams, but I was looking with the side eye. You say none of us know when we're gonna be out of here. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And so, condolences to his family. May the Most High have mercy. I'm sure a lot of people knew who he was. He was on reality, and then obviously when you pass, your streams go up. You know what I mean? And so people go to check you out. But to say, a lot of entertainers, and I spoke about this a few times, passing from drug-related overdose type of scenarios, so it make you look with the side eye, and it's like, damn, why does this shit keep happening? So rest in peace to the Coolio, man. Like, you know what I mean, none of us is here for long, so that's why we got to cherish while we here. Tell the loved ones that we here. We're gonna get into Big Act real quick, but hold on one second. We're gonna get into Big Act. He was on the Breakfast Club. My little dog be acting crazy. Polo face. Yeah, kid. Big Act. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch the whole interview, but I did see some clips of it. And it's funny because the last live that I did, I was speaking about Big Act, and I'm being funny. Academics, DJ Academics. The dusty comments sound like the ladies a little bit, how they be talking about niggas and shit, niggas, the dusties, the dust mites. And I was saying I didn't understand or hear the full context of what why he said that or who he was talking about. But he said the person actually responded, which is funny. And he might have been talking about MC Shan. I wonder who he was talking about. But obviously LL responded, Russ, and I spoke about that. But he went on the Breakfast Club. And, the Breakfast Club is still the Breakfast Club, even though Angela Yee is not on it. Even though Hassan is in the back for some reason, still sitting right there. I don't think they replaced it yet. They probably ain't going to really need to. It's really the people that come on it that we want to, that's why we watch. If you're interested, you're looking at the interview. So he spoke about a lot of things. He addressed it, what he meant by that, and the culture overall. And from the clips that I've seen, it was a good interview. But this is what I want to bring back to, because DJ Envy asked him like you saying the Dusties, etc. And you've been around for a while. He has been around for a while. I wasn't following him back when he had 5 channels and he was putting like 4 or 5 videos on each channel every day. So he definitely one of the pioneers in this YouTube world, on Twitch or wherever he started from. You know what I mean? So he built himself up, and that's one thing that, no matter if I rock with you, as far as, I like what you're doing, or, we vibe together, or I don't. Never gonna take credit. I mean, I'm never gonna discredit or try to downplay somebody hard work. I mean, it's the opening on Snoop Dogg on blue carpet treatment, and it's to forget the old time of that saying, like, a lot of people talk about doing something, but when it comes down to the actual part, most people take a vacation. Meaning you're gonna talk about doing something, but when it comes down to the actual part of actually doing it, we're not going to do it. You just lip service. So anybody that put in work, whether you agree with their hot takes and what's the new trending topic of what somebody said, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You can't front on their hard work. You can't front on the position that they put themselves in. Like Jada said, I earned my spot. Nobody ain't put me here. Like, he earned that. Now with that being said, he like when DJ Envy asked him, he like if you had to give an answer and you had to quantify it, if you can, what would you say your contribution is to the culture? He thought about it for a minute, if you ain't seen the interview. And this is paraphrasing, obviously, not verbatim. He was like, it's a good question, and it's kind of hard to answer that, because the answer that I'm going to give, I don't know if people may receive it or respect it. I respect it. He said, I've been putting in work for a long time, and not only that, but I'm doing what I'm calling out the L's and the pioneers, or some of the pioneers, for not doing. And that's putting people up on the game. Like, let me put you on the game. Like, show you where the Bloods at, where the Crips at, show you where they flip crack, where they pitch at. Let me put you on the game and show you how this thing go. As opposed to, what I mean, I won't say laughing at the generation before you, or you got the deal. Same thing like with the athletes. You say Mike and them ain't get paid like LeBron and Steph and them is getting paid right now. Ultimately, he got it with the shoe deal and all that. But when he first signed these contracts, Kevin Garnett, I think first $100 million. You know what I mean? Shaq, and when they started ushering these millions, the Bird and them didn't get that. I mean, they didn't get those contracts. Same thing with the rap. The LL contract is not going to be the same as a Melly Mel or a Little Baby or the Baby now. Y'all getting, and then maybe not even now. You know what I mean? Maybe this tour money. I know at one time people was getting, you're getting $100,000 for a beat. The point that I'm making is he was saying, unlike them, I'm giving the young niggas game. I'm giving some type of value and substance back, and that's why they fuck with me, and that's why I have authority to say and sit on my high horse, if you will, on my chair in the throne, and say, yeah, you could not like that I'm saying, certain people is dusty, and this may not be the topic, but y'all niggas ain't putting people on, you know what I mean? Y'all not showing them about the 360, y'all not teaching them. So therefore, it's the same cycle going on. It's like fend for yourself. And, for whatever reason, we've been like that for a long time. It's like you figure it out, you know what I mean? You rocking with individuals. And I did a show on this as well. You a broke together type of individual, or you a rich alone person. You know what I mean? And obviously, if you're rich, you're going to be alone. What he said, Tony, we can be successful or we can have plenty of friends. So you got people that's like, oh, nah, I don't give a fuck about nobody else. I'm over here, Scrooge McDuck, counting my millions until the door get kicked in. Like, kick in the door, you know what I mean? And you got nobody that's really there to ride with you because you dolo. You know what I mean? And that's just one analogy. If you rich and you got millions, then salute. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't rich for a reason. But the point is, each one teach one. And it's like, all right, you figured it out. Should have a label. And I told this as well on Nas Carry On Tradition. You say you're about this, but are you buying the block back? Everybody should have a label like these Jews and the people that Hov talk about. Like, you think he wanted his masters with his masters? Talking about Prince. You know what I mean? How they auctioned off the crib and had people walk through like this shit was a spectacle, a museum challenge. Right. It's all for sale. That's why he making these little references. But what are y'all doing? And I say, y'all, I'm not in a position to do it. I'm not in the business, and I'm not a trillionaire, millionaire. But collectively, when you figure it out, the Wall Street Trapper, the Earn Your Leisure, the JT Pocket Watching, they figured it out. So now they have content, they have shows, they have podcasts where they putting you on a game for those that want it. Again, you can lead a horse to water, don't mean they're gonna drink. But the point is, if you're not even doing that, and ask me this before we're gonna get into the picks in a few minutes, and I'll talk about this last thing. But it gives the late great Kevin Samuels, right? When he's speaking about, or was speaking about a lot of his argument to a lot of the ladies and contestants, if you will. I'm being funny, but I'm not, to come on the show. And he used to ask them, genuinely, I believe, not even being disingenuous, like, what is your contribution to the overall community, to the community town? And a lot of them didn't really have, when you ask that, you say, obviously for men, we the builders, we the maintainers, protectors, we supposed to be out doing the shit. So that would be our contribution, making sure. And shout out to my nigga Jerry, shout out real quick, and this is what I'm talking about. Going to get some turkey wings the other day, 142nd, between 43rd, 2nd, 7th Avenue, pulling up on the bike, dark night and shit. Thursday night football, I believe. Matter of fact, Thursday night football. And we won that night. Seen some kids, some young boys arguing or trying to get into a fight. One of them just wanted to fucking fight. People like, yo, just walk away, like telling you, you know what I mean? Everybody that went by, but Jerry and my other nigga Black was over there intervening. I was gonna go intervene. But that's the shit we supposed to be doing. But when he used to ask the women, like, what's your contribution? They didn't really answer. But the thing is, you gotta give back. And I'll get into this last thing real quick. And then we gonna rock on. Or was that the last show? Yeah, that was the last show. Let's talk some motherfucking sports now, right? If you're not here for the sports, you can tune off now. This is where we talk about week 4 and the winner chicken dinners. We doing good for the season. Season just starting. We're gonna pull up the receipts right now before we get into week 4. For the season, first week picking all the games. 12-4. Out of the locks, not from Yonkers, even though Jada is giving the picks out now. When you go to Instagram, Jada giving out the picks now. So now we definitely gotta, differentiate the locks from Yonkers and the locks to get the chicken dinners. I'm being funny. We went 4 out of 5. Second week, 6 out of 10. We did bad that week. We did out of 16 games, 10 wrong, 6 right. But out of the locks, we went 4 out of 7. So that's back-to-back weeks, 4 locks. Last week, we gave out 6 locks. We went 3 out of 6, so 50% we didn't lose. And on the channel, we was 9 and 7 out of the picks. Show y'all some of these receipts real quick. Some of them is in the living room. Let me go get them real quick. Get these receipts. Hold on. These chicken dinners. Yeah, kid. Those are the losers, by the way. But we did have some winners. Here goes some winners right here. Yeah, kid. That was a little light 3 pick. 200. You know what I mean? And we had Atlanta, Rams, and Denver last week. And we did those same teams, Atlanta for Dolo. Even on the channel, I had who Atlanta played last week? Just so we could be accurate. I switched my pick. I was like, last week, week 3, who the fuck Atlanta played? Oh, they played Seattle last week. Beat them 27-23. Just wanted to be accurate. So on the channel, we had Seattle, but I was like, after a little more studying, I'm like, nah, we're gonna take Atlanta. And then I took Denver as well. You know what I mean? Also took Seattle on the Caesars Sports app, like my Caesars Sports app. And what else we did? We did losers too, man. Did a few losers as well. Did a few losers. We had Arizona, Philly, Seattle, Kansas City, another little 200. Know what I mean? I don't know if people be showing their picks and all that. I don't be listening to people because that's your money, son. I'll show. Sometimes I show, sometimes I don't. People be all in your business. Tampa Bay, Seattle, Rams, and Denver. Tampa Bay lost last week, too. We had that as a lock last week. I mean, that's enough of the receipts. Let's get to the wins this week. I know it's a little late, but fuck it. Better late than never. All right, here we go. First game, Minnesota at New Orleans. New Orleans, not really at New Orleans. They in London. So it's going to be an early game. New Orleans, as of right now, I'm looking at this, I was about to say Season Sports app, CBS Sports app. New Orleans getting 3.5. Like I said, this is like a neutral game. Kirk Cousins and them came back last week at the very end to beat Detroit. I like New Orleans with the 3.5, even if Andy Dalton start and Jameis Winston don't start. I think they got a good defense. Minnesota got a good defense as well. I'm sure they're gonna run Kirk Cousins. You like that? Their offense probably gonna start stepping it up, but I like New Orleans. I think I'm gonna go under as well. We're not gonna do the overs and unders. Next game, Cleveland at Atlanta. Cleveland -1. They just lost last week. No, did they lose last week? No, Wi-Fi. Hold on a second. Yeah, they won. They won on Thursday. They beat the Steelers. Atlanta won last week. They beat Seattle. Atlanta, they are who we thought they were, if you ask me. I think this is a lock, but we're going to get a lock side at the end. I like Cleveland. It ain't no real. I think, obviously, what's the dude name? Was in a car accident. Wasn't nothing serious according to the reports. I don't know if he's going to play. That's, fuck is this dude name? Myles Jarrett. Yeah, Myles Jarrett. He might play, he might not play, but even if he don't play, I like Cleveland. I just think they better than Atlanta. I think Atlanta, they all right. They got a little offense. Mariota, who what's the running back? The running back, he's good. Forget the running back name. He's good on Atlanta, but I like Cleveland on the road. Next game, this is going to be the game right here. I mean, this is the Buffalo. Lamar Jackson. Buffalo just coming off that loss to Miami. Tua Tagovailoa falling like somebody knocked him out. You know what I mean? NFL, we looking with the side eye. Y'all want to protect the players, but then y'all throwing right back in the game 4 days later after the back injury. We know. Buffalo is favorite. Baltimore's at home. They both 2-1. Lamar Jackson playing for that money. He want to get that same money Josh Allen got. They played before. I like Baltimore at home. Plus the 3. I like Baltimore. If they're gonna lose, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be a close game. Next game, Cooper Rush, Dallas at home, playing the Washington Commanders. Carson Wentz, L. Trashington, sprinkle some dirt on him. Playing against the division, the Dallas. They just beat my New York Giants. I knew New York wasn't gonna win 3 in a row. The joke's on you, Jack. We thought they was going to win last week, though, but we should have known they wasn't going to win 3 in a row. Dallas is trying to win 3 in a row. Will they win 3 in a row? I do think they're going to beat the. I do think they're going to beat Washington, but I'm gonna go with an upset. Can Cooper Rush win 3 straight? And Jerry Jones talking about it's a quarterback controversy. We know he's not better than Dak. I like Washington. Yeah, that's an upset game. I like Washington. Next game, Seattle at Detroit. Detroit was favored by 4. Now it's 3.5. Anytime the bum teams is favorite, you always gotta look with a side eye, like is Vegas trying to slip one on you. And you don't want to bet on every game. I'm not going to bet on every game. I only bet really on the locks, the games that I think I got a good feel for. This one right here, I'll probably take Seattle, so I am going to take Seattle with the 3.5. I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit does win. Seattle, the defense is kind of trash. It's no more Legion of Boom, but they ain't been that for a while anyway. Geno Smith, I keep calling him Geno Green every time I bring his name up. Geno Smith, the line was official on a, you won that first game and you like, they wrote me off, but I ain't right back. Since then, 2 straight losses. I think they could keep it close too. Next game, the Chargers at Houston. They lost the last game of the season last year. They got spanked by Houston. Houston is just like Vegas, still the only teams that don't got no victories. And they got Lovie Smith over there. Yeah, Lovie Smith. They don't got no wins. He the new head coach. They getting 5.5. I don't think they're gonna win the game, but I think they can keep it close. So I'm going to take Houston at home. Chargers got a lot of injuries. Bosa got the groin. They got, I think, another corner out. Plus, Herbert is dealing with the rib injury. Obviously, Vegas is still. That's the only thing. Like when Vegas is still favoring, the Chargers by 5.5, and I'm like, damn, why are they favoring by 5? Do they know something I don't know? Obviously, they do because they're Vegas. You know what I mean? This not a best bet or nothing like that. I like Houston, but don't jump out the window and go bet on Houston. They are a dirt team, but they're not gonna go 0-16, right? Right? I don't think they are. I don't think Vegas is going. Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think they're gonna go 0-16 either. Eventually, they got to get a victory. If they don't, I see them fighting to the death. Next game, Tennessee at the Colts. Colts giving 3.5. What? Y'all gas, or they want you to be gassed off the Colts beating Kansas City last week, and we had the Colts last week. We said they was going to play them tough. They always play them tough, even in the playoffs, dating back to what's the dude name that retired? Fucking Andrew Luck, going back to him. It's not the same team, not the same players, but just the history. Derrick Henry always have a good game running against them, and then this last year, or was it the year before? That's the game he got injured. Went out, he was leading the league in rushing. Then when he came back, Jonathan Taylor, the running back for the Colts, he leading the league right now. He the leading rusher right now. Been last year and this year. I'm not gassed that they beat Kansas City. Are they as bad as we think they are? They got a good defense. And they brought Matty Ice in. I said all that to say I'm taking Tannehill, I'm taking Derrick Henry with that 3.5, and I might bet these niggas money line. I like Tennessee strong as well. Next game, my New York, is New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Shaolin in the house. You know what I mean? New York, we in the building. Knew he wasn't going to win 3 in a row, though. Should have bet on them niggas last week. New York giving 3. They wasn't gonna win 3 in a row, but I do think the Giants gonna win right now too. I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago coming in and beat us. I would hate for that to happen, but I don't see it happen. I see the Giants bounce back from Dallas is way better than Chicago. At least the defenses, and they're a more put together team. Obviously, Chicago they rebuild and they got to get pieces around the young brother, and I really don't see them coming in here beating the Giants. So I'm going to go with the Giants. But when it's like 3, again, you got to prove it to us, Giants. I like my New York Giants. Next game, it's going to be a good game for storyline purposes. You got Doug Peterson coming back to Philly. Philly special. Philly. Super Bowl when they beat Tom Brady in the New England and did that Philly special shit. Jacksonville Jaguars, they coming in there. They looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky. A little nervous. They got a little confidence. And Doug Peterson got them playing. Obviously, the kid with the golden arms. You know what I mean? What's his name? Fuck is his name? The dude that was on Clemson. I can't think of his name right now. But he been playing well. And they got a good defense. Obviously, when you accumulate draft picks, when your team is trash, you do get some pieces. Philly, everybody crowning them the best team in the NFL. They undefeated. So right now, they are one of the best teams. Are they the best team? Maybe right now, they probably are. Are they going to cover that 6.5, though? I was going back and forth with this. Jacksonville, they played, they had to travel, then go back and forth or whatever that matters. If you want to take travel into consideration. Can they keep it close? I think they can, but I got to take Philly. I got to take Philly to cover. Philly gonna probably prove it. They got a good defense. They got a good run. They got wideouts. Jacksonville, you still got to prove it to me. Plus the traveling. I'm gonna go with Philly to try to go 4-0. Next game, Pittsburgh Jets, New York Jets. Jets getting 3.5. Jets is trash. This dude is coming back. The rookie, he was out quarterback wise. No preseason. Mitch Trubisky, Mike Tomlin. Who you gonna play? You gonna start the rookie or you're not gonna start the rookie? All in misdirection. I like Mike Tomlin. I like Pittsburgh to cover the spread. Let me just get his name real quick. Just for sake. Roster. Let me get this dude name. Quarterback. What's this quarterback name for these guys? Oh, Zach Wilson. So he's back. No preseason. No real reps. You think you're gonna even without Watt, T.J. Watt, obviously he's out with an injury. He'll maybe be back later. Even without him, you gonna just come back and just win in Heinz Field or whatever they're calling it now? I think not. The half give me a little cause for pause. If you scared, take Pittsburgh, money line them. But I like Pittsburgh. Next game. This game here, I'm not gonna lie. Right off the pack, I was like, I'm taking Kyler Murray over Baker Mayfield. But when I started studying, I told y'all how I do my studying on the channel. I said, damn, Carolina Panthers dating all the way back to when they went to the Super Bowl with, what's his dude name? Delahome, I think, yeah, they played when they played in New England. Been smacking the Cardinals. I think out of the last 15 games, the record is like 12-3. And every year since Kyler Murray been there, they've been whipping his ass. So when I read that and I seen the stats for that, I'm like, all right, well, maybe they just got their number no matter who playing. And then when you read the little info, the players is like, yeah, we can't worry about that. But you worried about it because the next game. So, it's not as simple as Kyler Murray versus Baker Mayfield. But I do think Carolina got a good defense. They got some good corners. Arizona's a little banged up on the wide receiver. AJ Green is out. Obviously, B-Hop is he not gonna be back till week 7 for violating the policy, the drug rules, and all that. Like I said, -1. Baker Mayfield on this trash. I gotta go with Baker Mayfield on them, but I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, prior to I was gonna take Arizona. I'm gonna take Carolina. Next game. Speaking of New England in the Super Bowl. New England, no Matt Jones. He hurt his ankle or whatever happened. Going against Aaron Rodgers. Discount, double check. The spread is 9. Some people got him with 10. I like New England. They probably going to get blown out, but I don't think they're going to get blown out. I think Bill Belichick, the defense is good actually, and Matt Jones been balling. He played a hell of a game, even though he was under a lot of duress against Baltimore. Green Bay, they do got a good defense as well, but the offense is still rounded into shape. New England probably going to run the ball with Damian Harris. And who's the other running back for them? Damian Harris and somebody else. The running backs is good. I think the defense is going to play strong. The over and under is 40, so that should tell you right there it's going to be defensive. And you're giving me 10, 9.5. I like that strong, even though New England is trash. I like that 9.5 strong. Next game. Like I said, the only other team that's got no victories is the Las Vegas Raiders. Bum ass Raiders. I know they mad who was out there in Vegas. Them niggas lost to Kyler Murray at the last second of the game. Raiders is -2.5, playing against a division foe. Russell Wilson is there now for what that's worth. And don't sleep on Denver. They looking like Trashington. They lost the Seahawks. Beat one last week when I had them last week. I showed y'all the receipts. They got a good defense. They got to work their way, into some rhythm as well. So by like game 7, game 8, they're gonna be a good team. I don't think they're gonna finish last in the division like a lot of people is predicting. But for this Sunday, tomorrow, I gotta go with fucking Derek Carr and these boys. I mean, like, y'all gotta win a game, right? Josh McDaniels, this is your second time. And the last time he was the head coach was in Denver when I think they had Tim Tebow. Yeah, Tim Tebow. You can't go 0-4, can you? I'm gonna go with the Raiders based off that alone. Like you got to get a victory somehow. Next game, Sunday Night Football, Tampa Bay. We started off the show with, the hurricane, Ian out there tearing shit up in Florida. I'm glad my loved ones that's out there is good. Everybody I know out there is good. We wishing the best for everybody else that lost stuff. Obviously, lives was lost, etc. Tampa Bay lost last week. They have they full repertoire of wide receivers. Brady looking a little older now. Don't look at vegan ice cream. The nigga looking a little older. Obviously, you got the Giselle and all that, but like he said, the game is going to be played in Tampa. At first, they was plus 2.5. Now they -1. I like Tampa. They play in Kansas City. Kansas City just coming off a loss last week to the Colts. Horrible loss. They both going to be looking for a bounce back. I like Brady. I think Tampa Bay Bucks defense will contain Patrick Mahomes. I think they squeak a win up. Let me get his last pick out for Monday, just so you give all the picks out. Cause sometimes I be forgetting. Then when I come, y'all like you ain't gonna get the picks out. You got the Rams at San Fran. I like San Fran. There's no real rhyme or reason. Prior to last year in the playoffs, the coach Mike Shanahan Jr. They always got these boys' numbers. Last year they won. Obviously they went on to the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl. I like San Fran, even though Jimmy G didn't look as crisp as he could have looked, and that's also because he haven't been playing, coming off injury, shoulder. What's the dude? Trey Young, whoever he is, Trey Lance. He get hurt. Now you got to play, and even though you know the system, you still need reps. Defense is still stout. I think they will have something to say. And I think San Fran squeaked this one out. It's Monday Night Football. They at home. They got their number. Even though you beat them in the playoffs. You got to prove it to me again, LA. You got to prove it to me. Now let's give the locks out. Not the locks from Yonkers. The locks that get us the winner chicken dinners. Jada kiss aside. Because he giving out picks too now, Jada. Jada giving out picks now too. I like Cleveland. That's a lock. Book it. I like Tennessee. That's a lock. Book it. Going with Carolina, as it pains me to take one Heisman winner against another Heisman winner, the black and the white. I'm going with Baker Mayfield because I like Carolina defense. I think they'll make more plays than Arizona. Arizona is one of those wishy-washy teams. I like Carolina. I like New England. This is a scary one. A little shaky, a little nervous. Taking New England over Aaron Rodgers? Yes, I'm taking New England over Aaron Rodgers. Not to win the game, to not lose by 10. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, bounce back game. Think they're going to lose 2 straight home games? I don't know. It's possible because they're playing against Patrick Mahomes, a.k.a. PM, a.k.a. Night Ferrari. I just don't think they're going to lose two in a row at home. If they was playing in Kansas City, then I could be like, yeah, Kansas City's probably going to win this game. Last game, I'm going to go with the Raiders. No, it's a lot of shaky teams on this list this week. Are they going to go 0-3? It's possible. 0-4 is possible. But Derek Carr and what's the dude that came from Green Bay, the wide receiver, Devontae Adams. Y'all got to get it together. Josh McDaniels, like you supposed to be an offensive genius. You did the most with Brady in New England. You should be able to do something with Derek Carr, with Devontae and the boy. Y'all got wide receivers. Y'all got people there that's capable of getting it done. You got a decent offensive line. You should be able to win some games. So I like the Raiders. Let's run over the locks one more time. Cleveland, Tennessee, New England, Carolina, Tampa Bay, and the Raiders. I bet on all of the locks. I don't bet on all of the games. I bet on the locks. $100 on a 6 pick is $48.41. Show y'all the ticket tomorrow, like winner, chicken dinner. But you know what it is. It's your boy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, even though it was late. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.